Good afternoon. We are in the Federal Territory of Putrajaya, Malaysia. And this is the latest of the 3 federal territories we have in this country. The other two is the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, which was established in 1974. And the Federal Territory of Labuan was established in 1984. Whereas Putrajaya was established in 1995, and recently they just celebrated their 25th anniversary. And as you can see, this magnificent building at the far end is actually Perdana Putra, the Prime Minister of Malaysia's office complex. Alright, we will now walk around and observe the main attraction of this square that I'm standing on in this very hot afternoon. You can see all the flags of this country being represented here. The center naturally is the flag of Malaysia, the tallest of all the flags. 14 of them, including the Federal Territories of Putrajaya, Kuala Lumpur and Labuan. They all come under the Federal Territory of Malaysia. And here we see the pink moss, or the Putra moss, which is actually a rose-colored granite moss with a dome that is so pinkish in color. That's why sometimes it's called the pink moss of Putrajaya. Okay, we will walk around and see the other attractive features in the square. Okay, here you are. The sign says that Putrajaya has just celebrated its 25th anniversary. Okay, now we will go and look at the Putrajaya Lake, which is actually a man-made lake, a very beautiful man-made lake. And at the far end is the beautiful modern bridge, the Wawasan Bridge. And this lake is beautiful. As you can see, the fountain right at the center there. Putra Lake or Putrajaya Lake, whichever. And incidentally, just to let you know, Putrajaya is located 25 kilometers south of Kuala Lumpur. And the reason why this Putrajaya came about, the Federal Territory of Putrajaya, is because of the congestion and the overcrowding in Kuala Lumpur. That is why the government shifted its administrative arm to Putrajaya. In 1999, the administrative capital of Malaysia was officially in Putrajaya. And Kuala Lumpur, of course, remains the capital of Malaysia. And the judiciary, or the judicial capital of Malaysia, has shifted to Putrajaya in the year 2003. And what remains in Kuala Lumpur, which is still the national capital city, is the seat of the head of state, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The palace is still located in Kuala Lumpur. And the Parliament of Malaysia, the Legislative Assemblies of Malaysia, located in Kuala Lumpur. And Kuala Lumpur remains the country's commercial and financial center. Okay, now just another look at the pink mosque, which is under renovation, which is a very iconic, famous mosque in Putrajaya, or for that matter even in Malaysia. Now, the logic of why Putrajaya was established in 1995 was somewhat, maybe we can make comparisons with the United States of America and Australia. Whereas Washington, D.C. still remains the capital city of the United States, but New York is the commercial and financial center. Over in Australia, Canberra is still the capital of Australia, and Sydney is the commercial and financial center of the country of Australia. So over here, the financial and commercial center is still Kuala Lumpur. Somehow or other, the banks and the financial centers have remained in Kuala Lumpur. They stayed put. They did not move to Putrajaya. Only the administrative arm of the government and the judiciary moved to Putrajaya. Okay, here you can see the 14 flags representing the 14 states in Malaysia, including Putrajaya, Labuan, and Kuala Lumpur, which comes under the Federal Territory of Malaysia. And in the center we have the flag of Malaysia. A little bit about the background of this city of Putrajaya. It was initially a marshland and oil palm estate in Selangor. So 5,000 over hectares were ceded to the federal government. Of course, the federal government paid the Selangor state government compensation for ceding the 5,000 hectares of land to establish Putrajaya. So Putrajaya is actually now a latest modern city with the latest communication technologies and progressive infrastructure. And you can see that the cables, the drainage, and all these are underground. So nothing is above ground, which is unnecessary. This is a modern structure and it's very near the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. So you can say that Putrajaya is the intelligent garden city of Putrajaya. It is touted as the intelligent garden city of Putrajaya. So since I'm passing by, I thought it'd be a good idea to show you Putrajaya, something that I have not been able to do because of COVID-19 pandemic. So now that I am in Putrajaya to do some official government business and to visit one of the government departments here, so I thought I would just drop by and let you take a look at the Federal Territory of Putrajaya. Okay, with that, we will meet again in another adventure, another gallivanting adventure. I don't know where, but as and when I feel you might want to take a look at a certain place or an area of interest, I will of course upload that into Vlogging Wanderer. So thank you for coming along to visit Putrajaya with me.